Hey guys, this is Comic Ken, and today I wanted to make a quick video to make this quick distinction between drawing and storytelling. There's two different types of art in the world of comics, and that is illustration, single illustrations like this, and let me make sure you can see it, and comic books like this. So, to give you the big gist of it, I'll just give you a little view of all the comics I have here. If you look at this singular illustration of Goku from Dragon Ball, it's one picture. It's capturing the essence of the attack that he's doing in that one picture, that one image, and it's meant to draw you in to read the cover, like to read the rest of the book. But then if you look at the individual drawings, none of them actually have to be all that high quality. They can be off in the proportions or slightly wonky, a little bit weird, and nobody bats an eye because it's all storytelling content. What matters is the way the story is told and if the viewer cares about what's happening in the contents of the story versus an illustration. It's just meant to stand on its own. And the thing that I see a lot of the time is you'll have great art in a story. I'm not saying this air rider is an example, but you'll have great art for a cover. You'll have a great artist who can draw really well, and the story inside is not the same level of quality of the art on the cover. And people get confused like why isn't the inside the same as the cover? And that's for one very simple reason, and that is because art in a story is judged on the story itself. Like it's judged on the the story as a whole. The story as a whole is what matters when you're flipping through a comic book because if the story itself sucks, then it's almost as if the art is wasted. It's almost as if the art doesn't matter because when people are reading through, let's say, the latest chapter of their favorite comic or what have you, they're looking at the chapter as a whole. They're looking at like, oh, was that chapter entertaining? Did the story make sense? Did the characters grow? Did they achieve their goals? And that's what people are looking for in those longer form stories. But when you're drawing a single illustration, all that matters is the illustration. You basically have to tell everything that you're going to say in that one illustration shot. Like you can't really move forward from there. The whole reason I'm a comic artist is because I don't have the ability to tell a story in a single illustration. I have to draw the next drawing. I have to draw the next piece. And I'm fine with not being I'm fine with being judged based on the content of the entire story because that is a whole separate skill that you have to train and develop. The ability to not only write but to tell an entertaining story that people can get into and enjoy more than just a single illustration. And so that's the key distinction that I want people to understand between single illustration art and storytelling art. Storytelling art in terms of in storytelling art, the art doesn't matter nearly as much as when you're trying to do a single illustration. This art is very high quality. Uh so it almost doesn't really support the idea. So I'll go to art that isn't considered as high quality as interior art. Um, Hunter x Hunter, and I'm not saying Hunter x Hunter's art is bad, but I'm saying it's not. It's more story based art where You're going based off of the high level of story that the creator is trying to convey. And I think this was back when the artist only had himself and maybe one assistant, but most likely he only had himself working on a weekly deadline to um meet those weekly deadlines. And the art shows it demonstrates it, because it's not as high quality as what you would see in something like Mayor or even Dragon Ball. um so it what matters in this case is the level of storytelling, and his level of writing is so high that he can basically get away with not having the most detailed drawings or not having the most amazing art, because the story more than makes up for everything that he's doing in these pages. So that's an example of what it's like to draw for a story versus drawing for the cover. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for checking out the video, and go ahead and check out my comic, my webcomic, Air Rider High School Hero, at the link in the description. It's also for sale at the link in the description. You can check it out. And I got issue 1 and issue 2. And then there's a variant cover for issue 2. Check that out. That's from my friend, my buddy, Zachary Marois. He did this cover, and then I colored it. And this is another variant cover from Donald DeLay, who did this cover, and then I also colored this one as well. So you can check all that stuff out in the link in the description. Get your own copy, and or read it for free in the email list. We have 176 subscribers on the Flight Crew newsletter. So go ahead and join the crew, and we'll see you inside. Peace.